so watch out for surprise attacks.
What is it?
The whole Riddick universe has gone through quite a journey. It all began with Pitch Black, a seriously cool sci-fi film from the early 2000s that didn't get the credit it deserved. That movie basically turned Vin Diesel into the action hero we know today. The Riddick story, cooked up by the Weep brothers, continued with The Chronicles of Riddick, a space western series. Even though it didn't break the bank, it gained a cult following. After a couple of sequels didn't make huge waves financially, Vin Diesel is reviving Riddick for a fourth go called Furya. Fans are pumped to see him bring back that tough and scary Riddick vibe. Throughout the series, they've tried to mix things up with the plot, changing the tone and scope, but always staying true to the core story. One cool thing about Riddick is the unique blend of science fiction and high fantasy that sets it apart. The sequels kept the legacy alive by delving into Riddick's mind, showcasing some seriously interesting psychological stuff. In this video, we're going to dive deep into Riddick's unusual powers. So, let's not waste any more time and get started. Alright, buckle up for some wild stuff about the Furians and Riddick's roots in the movie Furya. Furians are this rare bunch, considered one of the 4 big elder races. They hail from Furya, a seriously harsh planet that's either cursed or just plain dead now. Living there makes the Furians special, but endangered, thanks to the tough conditions that turn them into something like a unique version of humans. These guys adapted to Furya's crazy environment and ended up with mind-blowing physical abilities. The harsh climate and unforgiving landscape shaped them into tough, rugged beings, creating a legacy as formidable spiritual warriors. Now, before Riddick came into the picture, there was Zelor, a commander of the Necromongers. This guy, in a move that's pretty ruthless, led a mass genocide on Furya to avoid his own predicted death. He wiped out pretty much everyone, but Riddick and Shira somehow survived. Riddick got this thing called the Fury and Wrath, which is like the collective anger, anguish, and suffering of all the Furians who bit the dust during the Necromonger genocide. It's a heavy package, but Riddick uses it as a weapon against his enemies, especially Varko and the hunting party. These Furian converts pack a punch, showing off superhuman-like feats of endurance and strength from a young age. They can even heal from injuries that would paralyze a regular human.
He's not a man. He's the holy half-dead who's seen the Underverse.
Look, I'm not with everyone here, but I will take a piece of him.
Riddick's muscle power, compared to a regular human, is like comparing a superhero to your average athlete. Riddick is a force to be reckoned with, tapping into this furious legacy to take down those who messed with his people. And, yeah, in a showdown with the Necromancer troops, Riddick's rage takes out every other fighter. It's like the Furians had their revenge, and Riddick was the instrument of payback. Wild, right? So it seems like Furians have this unique ability to transfer their energies between each other. A clear example is when Sarah awakened the Fury within Riddick, leaving a vivid handprint on his chest. Another handprint popped up on a Necromancer Purifier's chest, courtesy of Riddick himself. The full extent of a Furian's capabilities is still a bit mysterious, but Riddick has shown some seriously impressive skills. In a few intense scenes, Riddick faced off against some tough M6-117 bioraptors, efficiently reset a dislocated arm, and casually popped his shoulders back into place. It's almost like he might be double-jointed, or just has some unique physiological traits. Despite his sturdy stature, Riddick moves like an athlete on steroids, jumping crazy distances and covering massive ground without breaking a sweat. Regular human athletes can't even dream of pulling off the physical feats Riddick effortlessly does. Beyond his physical prowess, Riddick is a master of weapons. From teacups to loaded firearms to advanced melee weapons, anything in his hands becomes a deadly tool. Knives seem to be his go-to, displaying precision and lethality, especially in The Chronicles of Riddick. And then there's this whole not afraid of the dark thing. Some Furians, including Riddick, have the ability to see in the dark. Riddick's white, light-sensitive pupils make him wear goggles during the day, giving his eyes that luminous appearance known as eyeshine. He got this eyeshine surgically added by a guy named Cutter, paid by Riddick himself. But get this, only a tiny percentage of people survived the procedure, and even fewer gained any vision. Riddick, being the exception, often claimed he got it through Pope Joe, but it turns out he was born without it, and it was Cutter who surgically added the eyeshine. Pretty wild, huh? None of the Furians turned necromongers show any sign of having luminous eyes, proving Riddick's uniqueness. There's this interesting theory floating around that Riddick might be the alpha male of the Furians, which could explain his unique eyeshine. In the Chronicles of Riddick, when Kira confronts him about his eyeshine being the result of surgery, she can't find any proof that such a surgery even happened, suggesting Riddick might have made up the story. Varko, in the second sequel, mentions witnessing a male Furian with eyeshine just like Riddick's during the necromancer invasion of Furya. This implies that the eyeshine is a Furian trait, specifically retained by the alphas of their community. Beyond his physical prowess, Riddick's got some serious smarts. Despite his violent demeanor, he's shown a knack for deductive reasoning. In Pitch Black, he figured out the creature's blind spot and the reason behind a shootout between wardens and tombsmen. He's also skilled at escaping tricky situations, surviving the purge of the Furians by the Lord Marshal when he was just a baby. Riddick's intelligence comes to light in other ways too. He can quickly assess the quality of weapons and spot even the tiniest flaws. Despite his tough exterior, he has a soft spot for small kids and anyone he considers a friend. This weakness got him captured by Johns, the bounty hunter, showcasing his vulnerability. Riddick's a killer, no doubt, but living in maximum security facilities has made him an astute judge of character, especially when it comes to the darker side of human nature. He can predict negative impulses before they happen, making him quite the strategist. However, he does get surprised on occasion, like when Carolyn Fry sacrificed the fast escape route to save others in Pitch Black. Moments like these show a different side to Riddick, revealing a depth beyond the tough exterior. And then there are those moments of pleasant surprise, like when Johns came back to help him in one of the Riddick movies. Riddick complimented Johns for having the nerve to come back, and he was genuinely pleased to learn that Johns' father was a better man than Johns himself. It's these unexpected moments that add layers to Riddick's character, making him more than just a ruthless killer. The character Riddick has often been labeled as a sociopath in most of the movies due to his apparent lack of remorse for the killings he carries out and a seeming absence of empathy for those around him. His crimes are seen as a brutal means of survival, leading some to view him more as an animal than a man. The constant rage he feels has taken a toll on his mental state, pushing him to the edge and weaponizing that rage. Riddick, however, doesn't exist solely for killing. He refuses to harm anyone he doesn't see as a threat and follows a kill all who threaten mindset, defending those close to him by a similar code. Despite valuing his own existence, he has a low opinion of himself, which conflicts with his destiny to avenge the extinction of his race. He demonstrates sadness and regret in moments of loss, showcasing a range of emotions. While Riddick may not conform to societal norms, he has a moral code that aligns with his survival instincts. He strongly opposes cannibalism and is visibly disgusted when witnessing it. His aversion to certain actions and feelings of sadness and regret indicate a complex personality beyond the typical sociopathic traits. As for the upcoming Riddick 4 movie, it's a passion project for Vin Diesel, who has expressed his love for the character and the franchise. The movie, titled Furya, is in early development, with David Twohy returning as the director. The screenplay was completed in 2021, and the film is expected to focus on Furya, the logical next step based on the previous movie's ending in 2013. The official release date is yet to be announced, but it's anticipated to hit theaters around 2026. Well, that's it for today. For now, make sure that you like our video. Please share your views in the comment section with us. Subscribe to the channel to get updated, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you at the next one.